Yeah, I think just a lot of froth in those names, and when you look at the broad FAANG group, those stocks were just priced for perfection, and there was not much room for error. And the slightest underperformance in terms of some of the earnings or revenue, we'll see the stock price collapse. And on the top of that, you have all this increased regulation that is pressuring the stock. So I think the cycle is turned for those stocks. The easy gains are over. Short term, they're pretty oversold. You could have a bounce, but I think those are the names that probably maybe a sell into strength kind of stories from here. So the leadership, it's not unlikely to be take again.
Right. Any particular ones when you look at the list of names there? Of course, we focus on the big ones, those FAANG stocks, Apple, Facebook. Yeah. Any of them that look better placed going forward than others?
I mean, there are some. I mean, just even within FAANG stocks, like for example, Apple itself, very credible product, and there's in high demand, and valuations are not so demanding. Very different to Amazon and some other part of the FAANG stock, or Tesla, very expensive and not much profit to show for it. Whereas Apple, yeah, fairly priced. But even there, when they started to change the name, Apple, a simple iPhone, and started to become iPhone, 10XCC, and then the names became longer and longer and longer. You kind of knew that Apple story is changing a bit.
Okay, let's talk about oil, of course, the other big mover overnight. This is now 2 weeks where we've seen a day where we've had declines of about 7% or so. Last week we were suspecting that the declines that we saw, of course, that 7% fall was a bit overdone. Yet we're finding ourselves in the same situation again.
We're doing again, and then another 7%, and we keep chasing them. But what kind of gives me more comfort is just when I look at the oil curve, a lot of what we're seeing is just the front end. So the front end became really frothy. A lot of hedge funds, long positions, and if you remember, not long ago, people were talking about $100 a barrel. So that was the time that we had excessive speculative length in the oil prices, and now they've been washed out. Oil implied volatility is about 55, and you look at long-term, support levels in oil. Oil is still within its uptrend support. Also, when you look at OPEC spare capacity, it's declining. I mean, we just talked about Saudis pumping more, but they pumped a little bit too much more, and just coincided with time with demand was a bit weaker, so it just led to a build-up of inventories. But overall, global oil demand remains healthy, and OPEC, they don't really have much spare capacity to pump. So I think the oil price should stabilise around here, and I think that creates a lot of opportunities for markets that have badly hurt by the rise in the oil price of the past few months.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.